Hello guys and welcome to another SCPH replay sent in by the community. Speaking of the community, thank you guys for all your support. We've gotten so many replays from the past few days from a number of players. So I am considering to maybe do a live stream of the replays to get them all out at the same time. But anyway, we are gonna still stay on YouTube at the singles. And in the meantime, let's introduce our players. Here on the bottom right, we got AgentX already. And here on the top left, MrMeepO trying to poof his way to the base of his opponent, perhaps. Gonna be Cyber Forest LE, a very narrow map. Anyway, MrMeepO now gonna be in position to block a potential expansion here from AgentX. And here we go with the brawl. Fight Club has nothing on this. Drone versus Probe. It is the matchup of the century. Here we go with MrMeepO trying to get on out. Maybe a little bit of an Earthbind will help him here. But the Geo Strikes from AgentX just slowing down MrMeepO and his attempted hampering. And now the chase is on. Will this be enough? Oh, MrMeepO gonna get a reprieve. AgentX deciding, never mind, it's not gonna be worth it. Gonna instead go for the hatchery. So cheeky stuff there from both players. But in the end, MrMeepO is like, okay, now I can scout out on your main, see what's there. He can go for the block with the simulator, but decides against it. Doesn't have too many minerals in his own bank. Extractor ready here for AgentX. So this is gonna be an early metabolic boost for the Zerglings, of course. Now the eggs can be turned into Zerglings in just a bit. He might be considering as well to drone on up, and there you go. Good thing though for MrMeepO, even with all that intense action, like, I couldn't believe my heart was pounding. 2 minutes in. What a clash between those two workers. But yeah, so MrMeepO decided to make the Great Wall of Protoss. Interesting, he does have an opening here behind the tree. If I saw that one correctly, I don't know how the probe actually slipped by there. But he might want to check his baiting real quick, as the Zealot now going to be on the left-hand side. Instead, 2 pylons, very smart. No Artosis here, but nothing in his main base. No pylon. Oh, going to be in the back. So I really like this. It's for people who are kind of paranoid of drops and night display. You can put a pylon all the way in the back. You can just get the vision of most of your high ground, and that should be enough. So AgentX going to be scouting along with those overlords. And again, guys, I do thank you all for all the replays you've been sending on in. But for now, let's see if this B can show up us tonight. A good matchup. AgentX gonna be still droning up. And interesting, gonna go straight for the roaches as well as the lair tech. So yeah, AgentX is just waiting on with all that gas. Hasn't really used it. Has put up a queen instead. So I feel like I haven't seen Metabolic Boost actually researched up there. So might be for the roaches in this next attack wave. So yeah, 3 roaches being built. AgentX going for that second extractor, and we will see a Nidus network as well. But as I was saying, MrMeepO might have a vision of most of his high ground, but there's this one small area that might make a big difference later on. Twilight Council now set up here for MrMeepO. Can get the upgrades like Charge, like Blink, like the Adept attack range, attack speed, damage, whatever it is. But the glaives can be enhanced. Anyway, Warp Gate right now being researched up with these 2 gates by its side. The Protoss trying to just saturate his bases to the maximum. And we are seeing a little bit of a standard defensive play from both players. But AgentX now fending off a attack wave here from MrMeepO. 2 Adepts. Went for the poke, and we're ready to get the Nidus network in position. So 4 minutes in, a Nidus worm trying to burrow its way to the high ground. MrMeepO gonna be using up his minerals for some structures, but this might not be the best time, because here comes the roaches with the attack. Out of the worm they come, and the acid gonna be spitting, the creep spreading, the adepts trying to get in position, but the roaches are quite tanky against a light weaponry. So for now, AgentX gonna be playing the attack move starter step. She is gonna be deciding to go for another Nidus Worm here on the right hand side, and a good load here for the roaches to still stay into this fight. Now this Niner Worm might drop now, but this second Niner Swarm is coming on back. The probes out in front to shield up the DPS, the Zealots in position as well, and finally the cleanup is here. But overall, economically, MrMeepO quite behind. AgentX able to get so many morales behind this, and too many probes pulled to try and keep the defense in a good spot. Really good decision making here from MrMeepO with those probes, but still AgentX able to just macro on up behind that. Nidus Network, of course, is going to be very hefty, very sneaky with the plays, and even going to get some ravages for the defense. So AgentX has not had enough. She's going to go, okay, I want to just burrow my way to victory. So another nice work coming on by. A few more probes pulled. 300 HP only for this worm, and it can be attacked while it's trying to tunnel its way in. So we'll see if it will make it. The surround isn't there, and here comes the unload. The Ravagers and the Roaches in position, and the Corrosive Bile might make a big difference. Pixace is dropping on down, and here comes the shots. Ravagers are quite tanky, as well as the Roaches. They're very big, so it's easy to actually misclick them if you're trying to go for the smaller kind of deal. But here we go again. A warp cycle from the Stalkers. Nidus Worm gonna be built up again, and this time it might be for the retreat instead of the advance, but MrMeepO losing most of his army. Good thing though, he does have an Immortal very strong against his composition, and they're like, nope, we're not gonna deal with this. We don't want the pure counter against us. And AgentX doing so much damage against MrMeepO. It has been a good kind of jack-in-the-box play. So the Zerg still keeping on ahead. Gonna now be supply block, but she's still deciding, okay, I want to go for another Nidus Worm. This time, I'm gonna see where I can put it around the map. Very interesting though to see so much Nidus in this game. Very creative, I love it already. The Overlord still waiting on to just see if anyone's gonna be coming that way. Ravager and Roach as well. The forward scout in case of any kind of army assault from the Protoss. Stalker though and the Immortal advancing, and the thing that MrMeepO really needs to do is stop building these units. He needs to get a few more Immortals against the Roaches and the Ravagers. Instead, he's just warping in some Zealots, and he doesn't really have any gas to go for the Robo Facility units. But now here comes the Nidus Worm on the outside. A more standard siege here for AgentX. And looking at the army supply, 39 to 23. Good advantage here for the Zerg. Here comes the Corrosive Bile just dropping on down from the heavens like mana. And we will see some shield batteries as well to try and keep the defensive formation going. But the Immortal might be the MVP here. 5 kills already. But the Zerglings are actually coming on in. And interesting to note, she doesn't have metabolic boost whatsoever. Gonna go for the surround. The Zerglings are very good against the Immortal because the Immortal doesn't do as much damage as you would like. Now the Zerglings is making a wall out in front, allowing the Ravagers to go for the Bile. And they're gonna take care of the front structure. The Warp Prism now is out here for MrMeepO, but not the best time because he doesn't have any supply to go for a Warp Cycle. Another Nidus Worm in the face of the Protoss. And now we do have the whole low ground here pretty much left to ruins from MrMeepO. AgentX playing a little greedy. Gonna go up on top instead. Just trying to choke out the light of the Golden Armada. We'll take care of the Zealots charging on in. And again, the biggest issue right now is that 46 supply. Gonna go for the Warp Prism load in play. The Immortal popping the barrier already. Good save there with the Warp Prism. Gonna get some good hits onto that Ravager, but no kills whatsoever. Here comes the Focus Bar, and where's the Micro? Gonna get it just in time. But the Ravagers and the Roaches have had enough. And that's the GG called. AgentX, Nidus Worm Queen, will be able to take the victory. Interesting text switch there from AgentX. He was like, okay, too many adepts already from MrMeepO. I'm not gonna go for metabolic boost. I will go for some Roaches instead with that early gas. Ravager, Nidus Network, very cheeky. MrMeepO had the right idea, putting a pylon in the back, but unfortunately for him, didn't get to cover all the ground. And one thing led to another worm, and to another worm, and it became Earthworm Jim's home. Anyway guys, thank you for tuning on in, and again, thank you for sending in your replays. Feel free to still send in more replays to gamesarepool@gmail.com. Again, I'm considering when to do a Twitch stream for StarCraft 2 for the replays, so just wait on an announcement like that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.